Each year, OTC presents 2 Distinguished Achievement Awards, one to an individual and one recognizing companies, organizations, and institutions. The recipients have made significant contributions to the offshore industry through technical achievements, outstanding humanitarian and leadership service, or contributions to environmental efforts. I know you will be inspired by this video describing the contributions of tonight's Individual Achievement Award recipient, Court Cooper of Chevron Energy Technology Company.
I think Court is a hard worker. His attitude is sort of let's find out more and solve these problems, and he's willing to work hard and lead by example.
He's one of the parties that people like to see at a table in order to find solutions.
He's the smartest guy in the room.
Dr. Curtis Cooper has been studying the sea and its movements for 3 decades. As a mid-ocean specialist in Chevron's Energy Technology Company, Dr. Cooper conducts research on winds, waves, currents, and oil spill fates. The Gulf of Mexico is a dynamic blend of all of these elements, and through the years, the region has become Court Cooper's personal research lab.
He's been the head of a number of joint industry projects related to studies on various mid-ocean phenomenon, obviously the deep water currents in the Gulf of Mexico, hurricanes.
Dr. Cooper was the first in the industry to recognize the importance of the loop current, the immense warm water current that flows through the Gulf of Mexico.
There is, we think, a linkage between the intensity of hurricanes and the loop current. I still remember sitting there looking at the pattern of hurricane intensity from our most recent numerical modeling results and saying, wait a minute, I've seen that pattern somewhere else. And sure enough, it hit me that I'd seen that pattern in the loop current.
Dr. Cooper's work has dramatically enhanced our understanding of environmental forces in the deep water Gulf of Mexico, leading to safer and more economical operations and capital efficiency. As the industry headed into deeper water in the late 90s, concerns were raised about what would happen to oil in the event of a blowout. To address those concerns, Dr. Cooper led the important Deep Spill Joint Industry Project.
I led a study where we basically went over to Norway and purposely simulated a deep water blowout. We released about 800 barrels and made some pretty fundamental discoveries about the way the oil would behave in deep water. The recent blowout in the Gulf, the Macondo spill, confirmed a lot of what we saw in deep spill.
Court started the Eddy Joint Industry Project with a couple of companies, must have been 25 years ago, and it has grown to include every deep water operator in the Gulf and has been responsible for most of the industry mid-ocean research in the Gulf.
Court Cooper has helped revolutionize our understanding of this complex and turbulent environment. However, he is also recognized as a friendly and supportive voice, a leader whose passion for his work is contagious.
I think Court's personal traits are what really makes him as successful as he is. I think he's very credible, he's very genuine, he's a very sound scientist.
There are folks in the industry that are willing to go the extra mile and step up and help us out here in the Federal Service. He was a member of our Scientific Advisory Board, which is, extra work for him on his own time, basically, and we appreciate that here at the Department of the Interior.
Court's primary motivation tends to be, I think, his desire to find out new things. I mean, he loves to learn, he loves to explore new things, understand new things about our planet. He's one of those individuals that I don't think is ever going to want to stop learning.
I'm motivated still to this day by that curiosity and desire to uncover those and unravel those mysteries.
Dr. Curtis Cooper is an explorer whose discoveries have had a profound impact on safety, productivity, and efficiency in the offshore field. He is also a valuable and respected friend to the offshore industry. For his work in these areas and for the inspiration he continues to provide, we are proud to present the OTC 2011 Distinguished Achievement Award for Individuals to Dr. Cordis Cooper.
Well, I must admit, when I was asked by the movie makers to send along some photos, I had some reservations about sending that first one of me, sitting on the motorcycle back in 1970. But I thought, though it was somewhat embarrassing, it was too funny to really leave out. More importantly, I decided to go ahead and send the photo, since it's always good to remind oneself not to take yourself too seriously, especially at times like this. The photo also gives some insight, though, into the forces that shape me. One of those most important forces is, of course, my career at Chevron. By establishing a supportive and flexible work environment, Chevron allows people like me to flourish and contribute. It's full of honest, hardworking people and talented people, such as my colleagues Jim Steer and Tim Finnegan, who have joined me here tonight. At the higher level, Chevron management has especially impressed me by their integrity and humanity. In short, I'm proud to say I work for Chevron, even to my neighbors in Berkeley, California, better known as Berkeley to most Texans. Another key force in my career is my MetOcean colleagues and the other oil companies. For over 2 decades, we've worked closely together because we have a strong common interest in avoiding Mother Nature's surprises. We've routinely shared ideas, challenged and refined those ideas, and worked together to answer pressing MetOcean questions. In turn, all of us have stood on the shoulders of our predecessors, folks such as Skip Ward and Chris Shaw of Shell, John Heidemann of ExxonMobil, but most importantly, George Forrestal, formerly of Shell, who is here tonight. By the way, George is the one who made the comment that Cort was the smartest guy in the room. At best, that's debatable. In fact, I'd say it's plain wrong if George or my wife was in the same room. The other major force, of course, shaping my life is my family, and represented here tonight by my much-loved wife and son, Flynn. Finally, I'd like to say thanks to the OTC Selection Committee for honoring me, and by implication, my MetOcean colleagues that have been such an instrumental part of the successes I've had. Thank you very much.